Here we go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? Can you hear me running like a hurricane? Can you hear me? Okay, no one watching. I'm going live. Because it's easier. Because you don't have to upload a video later. Okay, yo YouTubers, it doesn't matter if we've got no viewers, we're not really have the viewers, right? No one's watching. Oh, we've got one watching. One's watching immediately, straight away. We've got someone watching. How are you doing out there? I don't know why, like, but whenever I go on YouTube, the footsteps above me get higher, louder and more. Like, I don't know. Anyway, yo YouTubers. Of course, when I say YouTubers plural instead of singular, I'm talking about later on when it's streamed, you know, when it's actually on YouTube and anyone can watch it. Like. But yeah, hey, how am I looking? Oh, now they've gone off. Someone came on, now they've gone off. But anyway, yo YouTubers, how are you doing out there? Do I look sexy? Do I look as sexy as Right Said Fred? Am I as sexy as Right Said Fred? Am I as sexy as... Are we as sexy as that? Look at how sexy he is, mate. He's me sexy dog. That's me sexy dog. He's dead now, like. He's dead now, but he's still sexy anyway. And I'm too sexy for me shit. I'm too sexy for me shit. I'm too sexy for my... Oh, I shouldn't do that, should I? Because I might get a copyright strike, might I? Alright, one person watching. How you doing? Who's watching? If you want to remain anonymous, you can remain anonymous. If you want to tell me who you are, or you're a complete stranger and you're new to my channel, or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with the point of this video. The point of this video. Okay, this is a government health warning on behalf of the roller coaster ride party. This is a party political broadcast. Alright, let's cut to the chase. I don't know if you're hearing me. Let's see. Let's just check my sound. I think you should be hearing me. Right, it's one of my rush job videos, this, guys, because I found something online that I thought looked a bit crazy and a bit strange, and I just thought I'd just point it out, right? But the point of the video is this is the point of this video is, in my sexy deep voice, too sexy for Japan. I'm so sexy, I'm too sexy for my shoes. The point of this video actually is called Why I Refuse to Watch Netflix. If I look mad bending like out of the pitch, I'm going towards my microphones because I don't want to talk too loud, you know, in case anyone's listening to me, like. Well, anyway, this is the point of the video. It's called. There's the camera there. Oh, there you are. There. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, there you are. There. This is called Why I Refuse to Entertain Netflix, right, folks? And it's a very important message because I know a lot of people are using Netflix, right? And I know it's very tempting. And I know it's very useful, and I know you can just go sit in your chair and you just go, let's get the Netflix on, and you just choose a film or whatever, man, right? But check, just listen to me, right, guys. any of these websites where they're not actually doing nothing, they're just promoting, they're just putting movies on made by other people, right? The Netflix website, they're like middlemen, and they're just cashing in on the movie world, and somehow they've managed to get the licenses or whatever, and then everyone pays to watch a film through Netflix, right? And then before you know it, what are they doing next? They're making their own films and series and whatever, right? And there's a lot of people on YouTube who actually check it out. I don't know, if you check out like why I don't like Netflix or whatever, like, and there's some really shady material on there, you see, right? Now, the reason I don't like Netflix, right, I'll tell you straight. I think it's run and owned by the Mormons, right? Now, this isn't like an anti-religious thing or nothing like that, right? I don't like the Mormons for one reason, right, guys? I've got nothing against Mormon people, people who are Mormons and they go to a Mormon church or whatever. When I say the Mormons, I don't mean the mugs, the average Joe that's being conned to follow Joseph Smith without realising how pathetic and how corruptive and how money-making that religion is, because that's what it is. It's a money-making scheme, right, folks? I'll tell you straight, right? But I don't dislike the Mormon. What I hate about the Mormon religion is even if you say no to them or you don't want anything to do with them or they knocked on your door and you basically politely told them, look, please go away. They don't go away, mate. You know what I mean? They sort of like, well, we can get into his house somehow, don't we, right? Now, what the Mormons used to do, right, folks, is they used to knock on people's doors, right? And the first thing they used to do is say, would you like to watch a video with us? Right? That's if you had a video, back in the day it was a VHS video player or video recorder, right? And the Mormons would say, would you like to watch a video with us? And you go we go, not really, no, but they'll still put it on anyway, you know what I mean? You go, no, I don't want to watch a video with you. They go, okay, and then they put it in your machine and you're sitting there and it's on your, if you were a gullible pensioner or someone with a backward mind or something and that, they'd be in your living room and taking over before you know it, right? Then they'll put a video in your machine, right? And they'll have some dude dressed like Jesus, some actor, some man dressed like Jesus, and a load of knobheads dressed like the disciples. Do you know what I mean? They won't just be like an imitation Jesus. This is the most irritating thing about Mormonism. They haven't just got like a phony Jesus, guys, right? They have a phony Paul, phony Peter, phony John, Mark, Luke. If there's for every phony, this is the danger of false Christs, right? Jesus Christ and the Church of Latter-day Saints. This is the problem, right? For every false Messiah, there's like 11 or 12 disciples that think they're disciples in the Bible. You know what I mean? There's a danger of them all developing like what's in that, like a, an identity crisis. You know what I mean? Don't know, all that banging is up there, mate. But I feel like knocking on the door saying you have to run around like that, like. Anyway, once they're in your machine, they get into your house and they say right, and they talk I've been through it, guys. I used to let them in to see what they said. Do you understand? I was being polite and sort of, let's see what you've got to say. And they gave me a book and I ended up burning it. I burned the Mormon book, guys, because it's so bad, right? If any of you want to challenge me on that, if you want to be zealots or something and challenge me on that, I'll be only too happy to have an online discussion where everyone sees what we've got to say about it, right? But anyway, I actually set fire to the Book of Mormon because it disturbed me so much, alright? Including the nice little pictures of Jesus in there, which is just some guy dressed up like, yeah. So, if I had a flamethrower or a nuclear bomb, I'd have gone, just nuked it, you know what I mean? I'd have nuked the thing if I could have, but it was sufficient enough just to set it on fire in the back garden, right? So anyway, the reason I don't like the Mormons or whatever the Mormon religion is, they bombard you, they force you, they try and get into your house, even if you've refused them entry, you don't want anything to do with them. They'll play Mike Oldfield records to you or something, I don't know what it is. they'll play like, you know, the Exorcist music or something, I don't know, you know, crap like that, like. But their Christ is false, right? And their method of getting into people's houses before they start working on your family, like, is putting a video in your machine, right? And then when VHS became a little bit outdated and like, you know, people were moving on to DVD, then they changed to, you know, putting things on the telly, on television, adverts on television saying, you know, if you phone this number now, you get this DVD of, like, you know, some actor dressed as Jesus and his 12 and his disciples all dressed as disciples, and you get this DVD, and guess what they'll say? It's for free. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, when you see anything on television, you think it's for free. You think you're onto a good thing, don't you, right? Now, they know that a lot of people, they only have to hear the word Jesus and they'll go, okay, this is great. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the way they play on people's minds. They don't care whether you're faithful or not, like, you know what I mean? They just want to use the word Jesus to get into your mechanism of thinking, like, right? And before you know it, you've got, like, them in your video machine, and it's probably got some kind of code in the cassette tape or something that logs onto your machine or something, I don't know, right? But then they moved on to DVDs where you get them by post, right? You know, you for free. Now, is anyone out there who reads the Bible or whatever, anyone who knows me or anyone who's on my channel knows subbers, do you own a DVD of that the Mormons sent you for nothing by any chance? Or have you got any paraphernalia that belongs, you know, from Mormonism, right? Burn it, take it out into the garden, get one of those, you know, them bins that you can burn, an incinerator bin, and just burn it, like, you know, any pictures, any paraphernalia, any pamphlets, because Joseph Smith is just a con man, and he's using the name of Jesus to get money, right? Now, here's the point about why I've always had a suspicion that when the Mormons realised that the DVDs were getting out of date, because everyone's going on to, you know, by the time they're Blockbuster video outlets, remember Blockbuster Video, where you could hire a video or a film and then put it in your machine, remember, and then you take it back to the shop. Do you know what I mean? It's not your property. Think about it. Very clever thinking, like, you know what I mean? You've got a CD or a DVD. It's not your property. You're just going to borrow it for a week and then you take it back after you've watched the film, and then they're in your machine again, aren't they? Blockbuster Video. I think Blockbuster Video is owned by the Mormons too, right? They're not going to tell you that, are they? They're not going to tell you that, right? But I've got this, like, sixth sense. I know, right? So I never used to go to Blockbuster Video and places like that, because I'd worked that one out. I thought, how come the people on Blockbuster Video adverts have got American accents? You know, and that's my first little wake-up call. I think, why are we watching British TV and there's an advert, Blockbuster Video? You know, Mormons, another way of getting into your living room, hiring out DVDs. But you know what? They're not just films about Jesus or anything. There's, like, all the movies. You know what I mean? Action movies, horror movies, movies about everything. They don't seem to care, do they? As long as they get in your machine, right? Right. So anyway, after Blockbuster Video went bankrupt and that, like, and they had to close down, they had to think of a new way to get into people's living rooms, you know what I mean? So they give the DVDs away for nothing. It's like a film about Jesus, like, it's not Jesus, it's some guy dressed as Jesus, right? Now, the DVDs are going out of fashion now, you know what I mean? And that's all changing, right? So what did they think of next? Like, online, right? They've got their own websites, they've got all that kind of stuff, they've got their own propaganda, their own merchants going around knocking on the door, telling you what to think, you know what I mean? Posting pamphlets through your letterbox and irritating little things like that, you know, chick leaflets and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Oh man, it makes me blood boil thinking about it, you know what I mean? But nowadays they thought, well, everything's online now, you know what I mean? And then I think they invented Netflix, right? I think they came up with, like, I know, instead of Blockbuster Video, think about it, guys. Blockbuster Video is like, you go to watch you hire movies, you take them home, you watch them, you take it back. No, nowadays you could have a server, couldn't you, called Netflix, and everyone in the world hires movies from them, and then you pay a month, you give them your bank account details, right? You give them your bank account details. You get a month's trial first, don't you, right? And it gives you a little taster of all those films that you can watch that you want to watch. You know, it's like, wow, look, it's like a kid in a candy shop, isn't it? You're walking around looking at all the sweets going, wow. You go on Netflix, you see all these movies, and before you know it, you're going, wow, they've got Star Wars. Wow, they've got Superman. Wow, they've got, and it's as if like you're meant to sort of fall out of your chair with excitement over that, when all you have to do, guys, is just go to the shops and buy a DVD, buy your own films, collect your own movies, right? Or watch a film brand new, buy your own DVD, and then sell the DVD if you don't want to watch it anymore, you know what I mean? That's like the best way I can possibly advise you if you want to, because everyone on YouTube, loads of people going like, I watched it, I seen it last night on Netflix, and I'm like, guys, when are you going to wake up to this, man? That like, I truly believe that they don't advertise nothing like about Mormonism on Netflix, dude. You don't mention it, like, but I believe it's Joseph Smith doing his same old little shuffle and working a way of getting into everyone's living rooms, right? Okay, now, the next, what does green mean? Me live stream, green and orange, and well, anyway. Now, here's the thing, right? Here's the crux. I believe NASA is run by the Mormons too, right, folks? I believe most of the finances that NASA earned, right, came from selling religion and earning money, and a combination of, the military, the Pentagon, private payloads on the space shuttle or whatever. The military uses NASA, doesn't it, right? Every astronaut that went into space usually is military personnel. Same goes for cosmonauts in Russia, right? They've usually worked in the military, haven't they, folks? How many astronauts are there that are not military personnel, I mean, right. Now, the point is, right, I've had the suspicion that NASA runs the Mormons. There's a video on YouTube about it. Does NASA run the Mormons, or does the Mormons run NASA? I can't remember which way, but if you search for it, you might find it, right? Does NASA own the Mormons or something? Or do the Mormons run NASA? It's the title or something. It's quite interesting speech, by the way. Right? So I was thinking to myself, could I just be being paranoid? And just, because everyone I spoke to, like my brother was the first person to start using Netflix, because he's a bit of a sucker for movies, do you understand, right? And I keep telling him, buy them, don't use. You remember, you give them your bank account details, and they're taking the whatever it is a month out your bank account every month. You kind of, it's like the way they're in your system already when you give them your bank account details, don't you see? It's ridiculous, right? When you could just go out and buy a movie, innit? Right, just go out and buy a movie, or any of the series or stuff like that on Netflix. I wouldn't go near it, to be honest, because I think it's corrupt. I think it's the Mormons, right? But anyway, I thought to myself, if the is there any? Can I find a link to Netflix and NASA? Do you know what I mean? I was thinking, if there's a link between Netflix and NASA, then I've proved it, because my suspicions are that NASA is run by Mormonism, you know what I mean? I think they've got a false Jesus running the whole show, to be honest, I'm not, this is an attack on NASA personnel and NASA astronauts and people who work at NASA. I know there's a load of good people who are just thinking, no, they're just going to work, right? I'm talking about above your heads in the Pentagon and all those places. They're shady creatures running the show, right? So anyway, I thought to myself, is there a link between NASA and Netflix, that I can, because it's a bit of a, flicks, Netflix, net meaning internet, flicks, right? And then I was watching YouTube a while after, and then this video come up with an old clip of NASA, what one of the, because I study these things, guys. I'm just making observations. I'm like a space maniac, you know what I mean? I make observations and see who's telling the truth, man. right? I watched this clip and I'm watching this clip and it says, and then next thing it comes in the corner. You know when the little, say you watch a video and it's from the History Channel, there's a little letter H. You know the little letter H in the corner on the History Channel, right? The little H in the corner, right? Well, when you watch some videos like from other channels, there's a little symbol, isn't there? And then this video come on, and I specifically chose it. It was a video about NASA doing something in space, right? And then in the corner it says NASA Flicks. I was like, hold on, this is a channel called NASA Flicks, or a website called NASA Flicks. Are you kidding me? Like, it's like, it's Netflix and NASA mixed, isn't it? Like, it's obviously like a likewise version of Netflix, but it's NASA based, or, because they know there's a load of people who want to hear the word Jesus, right, folks? They know there's loads of space geeks in there too who want to see UFOs and stuff like that, so they've come up with the gone, bingo, let's have NASA Flicks UFO TV, you know what I mean? And everyone's going to go there who's into UFOs, aren't they? If you haven't checked it, you know what I mean? You must have checked it if you're into UFOs, because I seen it through NASA footage, you know what I mean? And I thought, wow, there actually is a website called NASA Flicks. Do you know what I mean? And they've got tons of big clips that I assume would be copyrighted by NASA. You know what I mean? They'd have legalities and everything, right? So anyway, the other day, now I'm gotta do this before they might change the thumbnail there, the website, the way it looks like, right, guys? But I'm gonna show you. I've got to put the first page. I went onto NASA Flicks UFO TV the other day for the very first time, just to check it out, man, to see, does it look shady? Does it look like legitimate? And I don't know if you've got to pay a monthly fee or you sign. When you sign up, you have to pay. I didn't check all that. I don't want to. But all I know is they're getting into your living room, aren't you? Through videos that you might be interested in watching, just like Netflix are doing with the movies and stuff. Buy your own movies, guys. Just buy the things and then sell them when you got bored of it and you realised it's a crap or something. I don't know. When the novelty wears off and you realise the film's shit. Pardon me French, by the way. But anyway, this is the best part. This is the craziest bit. Might not be much to you guys, but to me it means a lot. But I'm telling you straight, if you're watching and you know me and you're anything to do with me, guys, and you want good advice, right? Get Netflix out of your system. Get it out your computer, whatever. Uninstall it and get rid of the app and make sure you're not take your bank. They got your bank details. Change it, man. They could be taking a penny out of your bank every day and you wouldn't know it. Do you understand? Now a penny is nothing, but if they've got 10 million subscribers, that's 10 million pence, isn't it? You got to realise why they're up to these things, right? Now, I checked the website. Now look at this picture. I'll put it up, right, and I'll let you ponder upon it, and I'll ask you, do you see anything strange? All right. Now, what we've got to do first is just shrink the screen. Here's where it gets interesting. Well, it's a bit strange anyway. Let's put it that way. Now I've got this thing, right, lately I think, hold on, before I shrink the screen, I think the human race is being bugged, guys. I think we're being bugged by some kind of alien invasion or something like that. I might sound a bit crazy now, but in 3 years' time, you'll probably say, man, Bruce was right there, wasn't he? You know what I mean? But I think we're all being bugged. And I've got this thing about, insects and cockroaches and stuff like that, and, what we call critters, or I don't know, you know what I mean? And flies, Beelzebub, the fly, insects and stuff, right? There's something about insects and invasions that's going on in the world, in my opinion, right? Let me just finish my tea off. Code red. Alright. Now, bearing in mind what I just said about insects and bugs and that kind of, bugs, right, guys? What we call bugs, right? I'll just show you this, man. Shrink the screen. Now I'm going to show you something. Now this is the opening page for NASA Flicks, right? The opening, you know, the actual home page of NASA Flicks. Okay, so I'll just change that over to that. Okay, now I don't know if you, I hope you're seeing the big screen there, like, you know, it's on the big screen. Right, now, okay, I don't know if I'm still in the bottom corner. Am I still in the bottom corner? Am I still in the bottom corner? Alright guys, what do you see there, guys? What do you see if you see an Earth, right? We see an Earth, don't we? And in particular, you can see the United Kingdom, can't you? You see what you see on the map there. You can actually see Britain, you know, where I live. You know, can I get my counter here? Yeah, look, my counter. That's where I am there. Right, look, there's Britain there. And this, like, astronaut looking over everyone there. Look, he's like our guardian angel there, like, looking over every one of us, like, for NASA Flicks. Right? Netflix in a spaceship. Right. Netflix in a spaceship. Right. So anyway, we've got an astronaut. He's looking over planet Earth. It's all lit up. You can see all the roads and everything. You can see Holland. You can just about see France. Right. Now look at the astronaut, man. Do you see anything strange about the astronaut? I won't say nothing just yet. Like, I just want you to your smart bombs in your mind, or your sublime thinking, to realise what you're looking at on the screen. Anyone, do you see anything strange in that astronaut's helmet? Just a few seconds of contemplation. I'm too sexy for NASA Flicks. I'm too sexy for Netflix. I'm too sexy for my socks. Okay, what do you see, guys? Like, this really got me, this disturbed me the other night when I checked this out. What do you see? There's supposed to be like a reflection in the astronaut's visor, right? Can you see what I'm talking about? So you've got to be... Listen, guys, if you're on a phone and you're on a small screen, you might not be able to see it, right? So you might have to go on, like, transfer your phone stuff to a big screen so you can see what I'm seeing, right? You need to see it on the big screen. Right. Now, what do you see in the astronaut's helmet? I see a bug. I see a fly. You see, like, either side, look. You see there and there looks like compound eyes. You see it like a fly's head. See the fly? Can you see the fly? See it there? Compound eye there and compound eye there. Sort of one for where it says NASA and one eye where it says Flicks. Like, you know, they sort of meet in the middle. Like, but doesn't it look like a bug? It looks like a bug looking over planet Earth, doesn't it? With some kind of spacesuit on or something, like. Do you see it? Like a big, massive insect's head. Like a fly or a mosquito or a cockroach or whatever it's supposed to be, like, hidden in the Can you see it, man? I don't know. Am I imagining this, or am I just like on my own here talking about this, or what? Like, right. Now that really gave me the creeps, that, man. You know what I mean? I thought, that's a bug looking over at the Earth, like, sort of like, I've got this in my hands. This is my Earth. I don't know. There's something creepy going on, like, you know what I mean? NASA Flicks and their mad insect head. It's got an insect head, doesn't it? It's got the head of a fly. Alright, and that's it. That's all I have to say to you, folks. I just want to, like, now, while we're at it, please listen to me. I'm not being weird to you. I'm not being a zealot or nothing. I'm saying, take my advice, right, folks? While you still can, get rid of Netflix out of your system, you know what I mean? Right? Just get it out of your system and just buy movies or buy digital downloads of movies or whatever, you know what I mean? But get rid . get rid of these companies that are just sponging your money, mate. Right? They're taking your money. Like, let's put it this way. You could have Netflix on your machine, right? And you haven't even watched a film for a month. You haven't even because you're too busy, because you work or whatever. They still take that monthly fee. Do you understand? It's not done on a like, you watch a film, you pay for it. You watch a film, you pay for it. It's a fixed monthly fee. It's very clever marketing, like, so that even if you don't watch a movie, you go on holiday for a couple of weeks, you don't watch a film, there's Nasaflix or Netflix, like, going, taking money out of your bank account, like, you know, even though you haven't even watched the film. Think about it, guys, you know. And I'm telling you straight, guys, if you like me and you understand how like sinister fake religions are, and the fact that they're only in it for money, you know, we've got to wake up to these things and think about, you work for your money, you might as well spend it on something useful or whatever you want for yourselves or for your families and that. Like, a movie is just a movie, isn't it? You don't own it, you don't, you know, it. You're best buying them, aren't you? And have a collection of films, have a film buff collection, like. But I don't know, check any videos on YouTube where they're saying like shady things about Netflix and what they put on the series. There's some Lucifer. There was a series called Lucifer, wasn't there? You know what I mean? Man, the list is endless, man. The list is endless for all these scams and cons that they're up to, like. But I want your thoughts on that, right? Am I just a lunatic? Right, am I just a lunatic, paranoid? I have got paranoid psychosis, right? I have been, you know, what's the word? Diagnosed. Even though I'm too sexy for my socks. And a deep voice, like, I'm too sexy for my ears, too sexy for my cake. Too sexy. Am I imagining things? Am I paranoid? Does that astronaut's helmet look like a bug? Or does it just look, I don't know, what would you say? How is it possible to make an astronaut's helmet look so much like a fly's head or Beelzebub's head or something like? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Anyway, that's a live stream for today. I'm testing things as well, see everything goes alright, and I'll be putting some more, I might be doing a couple more speeches later. I just got it, I thought I had to get that one out before they realise what's in that picture, and they go, shh, go quick, change the picture, you know, everyone can see that there's a bug there, you know what I mean? It's like looking over planet Earth. Nasaflix, Netflix. Oh man, if you've got any sense, get rid of it, save your money. And if you're on a monthly, direct debit or whatever, close it. You know what I mean? Get them out of your life. Cut them out. Get it off. Get the app off your phone, whatever. Have you noticed nearly every computer you buy, every phone you buy, the app is already in there? Have you noticed that one? They're already assuming every single human being's going to fall for it, you know what I mean? Because it's in my computer, you know, if I went in, it's there like somewhere, you know what I mean? Well, I don't activate it, or I've never even activated. I'm one of the few people on planet Earth left. Thank God for Bruce, yeah, right? I'm one of the few people on this world left that hasn't even activated the month's free trial on Netflix, you know. Because that's the taster, you know, that's the maggot on the fishing line, that's the maggot on the fishing line. They go, whoosh, and they go, you get a month's free trial, and anyone who's got no money or, you know, kind of like, they're going to go, let's go onto Netflix for a month and watch some films, you know what I mean, right? Obviously, if they're poor or whatever, if they're destitute or whatever, they're not going to you know, the month's trial's finished, they're not going to, like, go back to them, are they? You know, but there's got probably millions of people who watch movies on Netflix because they were free, right? So they're in your living room, they put that tape in your machine, they put that DVD in your machine, do you get me, like? And it's in your machine, you understand? You need to, like, stay away from them in that way, right? And then you've got your people who are actually going to, like, go, this is great, I'm going to pay for this every month, and you know, you get a direct debit thing going on, like. it's a scam, guys. It's a real scam. They're just movies, you know what I mean? They're just movies and television programs. You can just buy them or rent them or, buy them elsewhere. I don't know, like, but I'm pretty much sure that the Mormons are running it, like, because I know, like, guys, the Mormons are a money-making enterprise, okay? It's not an like, if I hung around with people and they told me they were Mormons, I would be on their case day in, day out to make them change their minds and worship the real God, you know what I mean? Not this cowboy, this Jesus walking around in cowboy boots or whatever he does, like, you know what I mean? Jesus in a rodeo, like, you know. The rodeo Jesus. Alright, man. Comments below. Hang on, has anyone made any comments? I don't think they have. No one said nothing there, right? So don't have to reply to anyone. There's 2 people watching, by the way. I appreciate you watching. If you're a spy, go jump in the River Mersey with concrete wellies on. Well, what do you think, guys? What do you think of the NASA Flicks opening page? Go and check it yourselves. Go on it yourselves and open it, and you'll see it for yourself. It looks like a bug, doesn't it? It looks like a bug or a fly, you know what I mean? Beelzebub. So we all know that the logo for NASA looks like a snake's tongue, right? It's getting like kind of like the planet. It's like them, you know. There's a shop in my area in a, you know, called Reptilicious, right? Reptilicious, and they sell snakes and lizards and stuff, and scorpions and cockroaches or whatever, you know what I mean? And I want to see them shops close. I want to see all of them shops closed very soon, you know, everyone that sells snakes and stuff and that, like. And anyone I know, if you keep a snake, you know what I mean, go get some concrete wellies on, jump in the River Mersey, you know what I mean? Do yourself a favour, do me a favour, you know? Alright, thanks for watching. I'm getting off. I just wanted to be brief and, you know, talk. So, what do you think? Does that look like a bug? Is it a bug or is it an astronaut? You tell me. Okay, thanks for watching. I will be back maybe later with, what was the other speech? I've got quite a few things to talk about, right, guys? I've got another announcement to make to you guys, right? Before I get off, right? I might be leaving YouTube. Okay, guys, I'm slowly but surely building up to the principle of, like, I'm sacking YouTube, I'm closing my channel down. I can't stand the adverts. Do you know what I mean? I'm sitting there watching a video about a distortion pedal or something, yeah, and then an advert comes up about, like, how to shave me bollocks, like, you know what I mean, stuff like that, or how to straighten me teeth, you know what I mean, or like, hang on, this is a video about a distortion pedal, like, and then an advert comes up telling me how I should straighten me teeth so I can look nice and too sexy for my kicks, you know what I mean, like, whatever it is, like. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. But yeah, make the most of this channel, guys. And if you can find me, if I ever put a PayPal link up, like, you know, I might have a thing where it disappear and I'll go off completely, and I'll only come back when my PayPal link has raised enough money for me to say I'll trust the internet again. You know, I don't trust the internet anymore. I don't trust it. It's run by soldiers. Do you know that, like? It's run by the military, you know. So I don't trust it, like. I'm an entertainer, not you know, I'm an entertainer, not a radical, you know what I mean? Okay, thanks for watching. Bug out. Bug out.